They do call him Black Jesus.
Definitely.
Yep.
But I would never call him that.
That's disgusting. If you eat
No.
if you eat Hershey's bar for fun, you like golf balls in your mouth.
Really weird. So, I'm a really simple guy when it comes to women. What is wrong with you?
I ask myself that every day.
I don't know what the hell happened from the series before to the series with the Celtics.
It's my biggest conversation, and I hope we go viral with this one.
Princess and the Frog.
You're drunk. You should not be drinking. You should not be drinking this early in the day, bro.
Buddy, I still got 30 minutes. I start drinking.
Good evening, morning, and or afternoon to you great people. Welcome into your favorite podcast, the Gumball Sports Machine Podcast, the podcast in which we love, we laugh, we hug, we cry, we smile, and most importantly, we are positive and we talk some sports every once in a while. Okay, all the time. And as always, this ship does not run on the oil that I provide or the gas that I provide, or whatever it is that we're calling it nowadays. This does not run alone. I have with me my guy, my dog, David DLO, David Largo, aka co-host DLO, with me in the building. David Largo, how are you feeling this evening?
Hey man, going through it. It's a day.
Yeah.
But we're here.
Obstacles and more obstacles.
But we're here.
Doggone Skippy, we are. And we are here to entertain, as we always are. And DLO, speaking of entertaining, let's talk about that Thursday night football game. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals played on Thursday night football, and what most people call the Unction Bowl, or the Icy Hot Bowl, or the Uncle Bowl, whatever it is that you'd like to call old men. That is what you would call this game, but they did not act like the old men that they are. Joe Flacco was absolutely fantastic. 31 of 47, 342, 3 touchdowns, and a QBR of 75.2 and a passer rating of 108.6. He was very, very, very good and came out with the win 33-31 over the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Aaron Rodgers did not look too shabby himself. 249, 4 touchdowns. He did throw 2 interceptions, which also, D-Lo, DJ Turner made one of the greatest plays I've ever seen. Literally, I'm not, like that. That is not exaggeration. He literally made one of the greatest plays I've ever seen. Like that is like, I'm so like, David, that was insane. And so this game was wild. This game was wild. A lot of offense. If you like offense, you were very, very happy and satisfied. If you like defense, well, I suggest you pick another game to watch for this Sunday. But Jamar Chase, 16 catches, 161 and a touchdown, targeted 23 times. D-Lo, that is third most all time in a single game. That is literally the definition of Jamar's down there, I'll throw it. You know,
That's what that is.
That's what it is. You throw F it, one's down there somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the distinction. One's down there because T. Higgins had a great game too.
He had a very good game. And imagine, T. Higgins had 6 catches for 96 yards. Jamar Chase had 10 more catches than T. Higgins had. Like, that is insane. And T. Higgins had 6 catches. So they ran the ball really well. Chase Brown, 11 carries, 108 yards. It's just about 10 yards a carry. Jalen Warren played pretty well. Also, somebody I just did not, of course, start in my fantasy team. So, bad mistake by me.
Rough.
Yeah, that was awkward. That was awkward looking at my team last night. But I do also have Jamar Chase, who was absolutely in the starting lineup and got me a whole gang of points. So, D-Lo, when you look at the unction, when you look at this game that was played last night on Thursday Night Football, what were your takeaways from this game?
The Steelers would have won if Aaron Rodgers didn't turn the ball over. I think that's the key. I mean, he turned it over twice, and the Bengals still kicked a last-minute field goal to win the game, right? If Aaron Rodgers just doesn't turn the ball over, they win this game, and they probably win it comfortably. With that said, however, it's not like Aaron Rodgers just like had a bad game. He had a really great game. It's just Joe Flacco had a better one. Didn't turn the ball over. He had more yards in the air. Obviously, it kind of helps when you have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on your team. So that was pretty nice. And then obviously Chase Brown kind of opened that up for him with how efficient he was throughout the night. So really offensively, they just clicked on Thursday. But really, I mean, and you mentioned it, the defense was the key for Cincinnati. Like we mentioned, those 2 turnovers, that's not what you see out of Cincinnati ever. They don't ever force any turnovers.
No, that defense is
Because
horrendous.
the defense is horrendous. And when we talk about someone on the Cincinnati defense making one of the best plays that we've ever seen, it's kind of a shocker because you're like, we talk about this defense like they're like the worst thing in the world, and they are.
Oh, they're really bad.
They're really bad,
They
but
don't have their best defensive player in Trey Hendricks either.
yeah, they don't, because they don't want to pay him. So, but I mean, it just kind of goes to show they needed a win, and they came out in a division game. And these division games are always toss-ups, and they came out with a dub, and they really needed it. Because if you can hover around 500 until Joe Burrow gets back, I think you bring Joe Burrow back, and try and get a wild card spot. So any win here counts. Obviously, the broadcasters were talking about it. Their next 2 games are at home in Cincinnati. So they have a really good shot to win some of these home games, especially if Joe Flacco plays like he did on Thursday.
Yeah, listen, none of that happens without the run game, D-Lo. None of this Joe Flacco stuff happens without the run game. It is what it is. I mean, Chase Brown, he only carried the ball 11 times, but he carried it for 108 yards, almost 10 yards a carry. D-Lo, going into this game, Chase Brown was rushing for 2 yards a carry.
Yeah.
2 yards a carry going into this game so far this season. And he came in and obviously lit it up. Jamar Chase is going to be Jamar Chase. I think we might need to start calling him Thursday Night Chase, because last year on Thursday Night Football, he caught like 11 passes for like 240 and 3 touchdowns. Like, he just, for whatever reason, on a short week, decides to show up and show out. And he was fantastic as usual, though. That's usually nothing we're not too surprised about. Joe Flacco can still sling it, D-Lo. And that's why that's why the Bengals went out and got him. Now, they got him from the Browns, that's been a hot topic of conversation, including Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin, who was shocked that Andrew Berry, the GM of the Cleveland Browns, would do something like that to help a team in the division at such a position of need. Mm-hmm. And you see how that's helped the Bengals. I mean, it didn't help them too much in the first week that they had him, but obviously helped them a lot last night. No, looking at this game, D-Lo, the Aaron Rodgers looked really, really good. The 4 touchdown passes, obviously, the one to Freiermuth was really, really nice. Or I guess 2 of them. The 60-yarder.
2 of them. Yep.
Yeah. The 60-yarder was really nice. I mean, that was just vintage Aaron Rodgers. But the thing is, you mentioned it, D-Lo, the turnovers. Now, again, DJ Turner made a fantastic play on taking that ball away from DK Metcalf. That's not on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers did what he was supposed to do. He put it on him, and DJ Turner made a great play.
And can we talk about a DK Metcalf of all players? You know what I mean?
Like, if there's gonna be anybody that gets a ball taken away from them on a play like that, DK Metcalf would be the last person I would have thought.
The last person I would have thought of.
That is the Black Hulk. Let's put it the way it is. Let's put it the way it is. He is built like a Mack truck, D-Lo. And DJ Turner said, I will take that belongs to me, and you can go ahead and sign this. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how that happened, but it did. Again, amazing play by DJ Turner. But that's about the only play that and the other interception that was on Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it looks like he just missed. There was a corner route and a streak. It kind of looked like it was in between because he might have overthrown the corner route, or he just underthrown DK Metcalf. But that was on him. That interception was a bad one. You cannot do that, especially when the offense of the Bengals is looking the way that it was, as good and as rolling as it was. You cannot do that. So that hurt him a lot. But, I mean, D-Lo, this Steelers defense really, really shocked me. Really shocked me. They could not, for the life of whatever they needed to do, get to Joe Flacco. And when you have guys like TJ Watt and Cam Hayward rushing the passer and you get 2 sacks and not even until the end of the game, like that has to change. Cincinnati has been able to block a runny nose the entire season. And for some reason on this Thursday night, in a win that could really propel you to a strong division lead in the AFC North, you can't get to Joe Flacco. That was disappointing to see in terms of the Steelers' point of view. But Cincinnati might be back in competition for that AFC North title. If Joe Flacco keeps playing the way he is. Now, again, we've talked about it, D-Lo. This defense is horrendous, awful, terrible. Couldn't stop a parked car. But if their offense scores as much as they are and as much as they did last night, if they can put up 26, 27, 28, 30 points a game, and the offense can hold the other team to 29 points a game, this is going to be a very, very close race towards the end of the season in terms of the AFC North title, especially if Lamar comes back. Now, the Ravens are 1-5. It's going to be very, very tough for them to come back, and Lamar is not coming back anytime soon, I believe. But the Bengals look a little dangerous, D-Lo, and they could really make a run for the AFC North title.
And I think the thing is that for the Bengals, it's the offensive line. I think that's the key. If you can give Joe Flacco enough time to get through read 1 into read 2, which all of those reads should be Jamar Chase 1, T. Higgins 2. If you can look at both of those, one of them is going to be open.
Yeah.
And if you give him enough time to look at both of them, you're going to move the ball down the field.
Yep.
Right. And we saw it last night. You mentioned TJ and Cam could not get to him at all.
For the life of them.
And if they continue to prevent players like that from getting to Joe Flacco, and they can continue to run block like they did for Chase Brown and open up the play action, it could get scary. Now, obviously, they have to outscore anybody that they play because the defense is just not great at all. So it really is in the hands of the offense. And we've said this even with Joe Burrow. Can Joe Burrow and that offense put up more points than their defense is going to allow? Because the defense is going to allow 30 a game. So can Joe Burrow put up 35 a night? That's what it was. And now we're saying it from Joe Flacco. Can Joe Flacco put up 35 a night? And I think the key is that offensive line. And if they can hold up for as long as they can, I think that they have a chance. So it's crazy. From one game, we thought that this division was sealed to now this division could be up for grabs. And just like that, too. So, yeah, I mean, defense for the Steelers, I'm worried.
Disappointed. That back end can be had. D-Lo. And listen, we're talking about the Unk Bowl in terms of Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco. It's the unction back there for the back end of that Steelers team.
Yeah.
With Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay, who both, got absolutely torched by Jamar Chase. Jamar just had his way with both of those guys. And Joey Porter apparently can't keep his hands off of anybody. That back end can be had. And if you're going against teams like the Bengals and these high-powered offenses, obviously that's probably the only high-powered offense that's left in the AFC North without Lamar Jackson. But there are some of these teams in the AFC, the teams like the Chiefs and the Bills, with these teams that could put up 30. And if your back end can be had like that, D-Lo, your pass rush there's only that much more pressure on the pass rush to be able to get to the quarterback. And if they give as much time as they did to Joe Flacco last night, imagine what Patrick Mahomes will do to you. Imagine what Josh Allen will do to you. Imagine what Trevor Lawrence will do. Like, all these guys, like, you're going to have to get pressure on the quarterback. And the Steelers couldn't do it. They couldn't do it last night. Looking at the AFC North standings, obviously the Steelers are still in the lead. They are 4-2. The Bengals are only a game behind them after last night. And then both the Ravens and the Browns are 1-5. But the Ravens do have reinforcements coming whenever Lamar Jackson does get healthy. They still have Derrick Henry, and they still have help on the way. The Browns obviously are not going anywhere. So that's not exactly a team to worry about. But if the Steelers keep messing around, man, last night was their opportunity to honestly, Honestly, that last night was their opportunity to seal the division. Now, saying that 6 weeks into the season, I understand is absolutely insane. But you go up, you win yesterday. You go up 5-1. That is your record, 5-1 compared to the Bengals 2-5. You're sealing the division again, and you still have another game against the Ravens and the Browns. And you go 5-1 against the rest of the AFC North, and the closest next opponent to you is 2-5. I wouldn't see a comeback. Those teams would have to make the wild card because the Steelers would just keep on winning games. Now that you lose that game last night to the Bengals, you will open up Pandora's box because Joe Flacco and the Bengals have figured something out. And again, that's not some bum defense against some bum head coach. Mike Tomlin is one of the best head coaches in the league, and that is supposed to be one of the best defenses in the league. And if Joe Flacco tore that defense up, listen, the Bengals could be scary. They could very well be scary, D-Lo.
And listen, I just want to point out for the Steelers, this was kind of a must-win game, right? Because if I'm looking at their schedule right now, look at this. The next 6 games, they're at home versus the Packers. The following week, they're at home versus the Colts. The following week, they're in San Diego for the Chargers or Los Angeles, wherever they're at now.
They're somewhere in California.
They're somewhere in Cali. They then go the following week back to Pittsburgh to play the Bengals, another division game. The following week, they're in Chicago for these red hot Bears that are going right now.
In that weather.
Yes. And following that, they're at home against the Bills. That's their next 6 weeks.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point, D-Lo. They needed that game.
That's very tough. And they could go 0 for 6 in this slide here. I could see any of those teams beating them.
Absolutely.
Now, could I see the Steelers potentially beating some of those teams? Of course, if their defense plays the way that we expect them to. Yeah. But if they stink it up like they did last night, it might be a problem.
Like you said, if that defense stinks it up and plays the way that they played last night against those teams who are better than the Bengals, the teams like the Colts and the Chargers and the Packers, this team will be hanging on to that AFC North lead by a thread.
Because they haven't played the Ravens at all this year either, because they'll play the Ravens by the time Lamar gets back, if he comes back. Lamar will be available for both of those Steelers games.
That's terrifying for them. If I'm a Steelers fan, terrifying.
If I'm a Steelers fan, I'm worried. I'm very worried.
That's a game you needed to have.
It's a game
That's the game you needed to have.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great point, D-Lo. Especially the way that Aaron Rodgers played. Again, the 2 turnovers aside, he played some pretty good football. Also, by the way, did you see that 70-yard heave at the end of the game?
And I didn't know Aaron Rodgers still had it. I didn't know.
He's 65. How can he still throw the ball that far?
He's been in New York for the past couple of years. I haven't seen it since Green Bay. You know, they've never been in a close game where they needed a Hail Mary, so we haven't seen it.
That is insane.
No, he bombed it down the field. He got it it was in the end zone. It's not like it was, the 5-yard line where they then have to, it was in the end zone.
That was unbelievable to see that. Unbelievable. All right. D-Lo, it's now that time of the week in which we are making our picks of the week. This is week 7 that we are making our picks for. Of course, you see that Kyson was not available to join us. He had his fatherly, his man duties to take care of today. So he's not joining us tonight, but he will be giving his picks after we take our picks. So whatever picks we do not select is the picks that he will be making for this week, which means, and there are, let me see, you guys forced me to pick Pittsburgh and Cincinnati this last
games.
Week.
15 games. That's why we had to. We had to if we were each going to pick 5 games.
Which means I am 0-1 already this week. So, yeah. I'm looking for new co-hosts. If you guys...
and listen, before we got on here, I was telling Jamal I was not going to touch this division game with a 10-foot pole. I wasn't going to do it. The division games are always so tough.
I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have done it, man. That's all right. That's all right. I'll live because I'm gonna go 4-0 for the rest of the week, anyways. So
See.
that's okay. All right. So the order of last week. So it would be you or Kyson, and I don't remember who, but we're gonna say you go first this week,
Tyson.
D'Lo, because
Tyson would have went first. He got the tails, remember?
that's right. That's right. So
But since he's not here, I get to pick first.
you do absolutely get to pick first. And you know what? You can pick first because I'm confident in my ability to go 4-0 because I went 3-1 last week. And if it wasn't for the Bills, if they would have showed up, if they would have left Buffalo and flew to Atlanta, I'd be 4-0.
And you know what? I'll level the playing fields because with my first pick, I'm going controversy. I'm going straight controversy. I'm picking
here
that
we go.
Bucks Lions game.
You are a maniac, David Largo.
I am.
You
I'm
are
crazy. I'm crazy. Now listen. This game is in Detroit. Okay.
Mhm.
The Bucks, from my knowledge, have not released their injury report yet. So we do not know who is playing because they play Monday. They're not playing Sunday.
I will absolutely find out if they have.
So yeah, you can go check that. But in the meantime, the Lions, they're coming off a pretty ugly loss to Kansas City. And I expect them to bounce back offensively. The problem here is kind of with the defense. Baker is playing, as you saw last episode. We think Baker is the current front runner for MVP right now. So it's, can that defense do anything to slow down Baker? And I think that this game is going to be a shootout. With that said, it's in Detroit. I will be picking the Detroit Lions. I think they finally get the run defense to click against, really outside of Vita Vea, that shaky front seven. Unless I'm just blanking on Devin White is still on the team, right?
No, Devin White is, where's Devin White? He's not Tampa Bay, Jacksonville. He's Devin White is a member of the Raiders.
So they don't even have a linebacker over there.
No, speaking of which, the injury report as of Friday, which is today. This is a laundry list. Levante David, linebacker, did not practice. Riley Dixon, the punter, was, I'm not sure what FP means. Oh, full participant. Was full participant. Emeka Egbuka has not practiced all week. Mike Evans was limited. Mike Evans was limited on Thursday, but did not practice today. Chris Godwin has not practiced all week. Luke Haggard, their tackle, has not practiced all week. Bucky Irving has not practiced all week. Zion McCullum, the cornerback, was a full participant today. So is Benjamin Morrison, their corner, and running back Josh Williams has not practiced because he is in concussion protocol.
But realistically, the only receiving threat that of their main receiving core that has the potential to play is Mike Evans.
Yeah. That's it. And obviously Des Johnson and Cameron Johnson, but the Johnson brothers.
And they did it against my defense last week, and I would, like to proclaim that our defense could be better. But, maybe there's a little bias there.
Yeah, there's a lot of injuries over there, though, D'Lo. And listen, pertaining to that game. Oh yeah, Fred Warner, man. Now he's a division foe, but he's fun to watch. D'Lo, he is fun to watch. He's one of the greatest linebackers of all time. All time, not right now.
Ankle.
And he'll be out for a while.
Yeah,
he'll be out for a while, unfortunately. But pertaining to this game, D'Lo, I would agree with you. I do think the Lions are going to win at home. One, because they're a little bit healthier. But obviously Baker Mayfield is playing on an elite level. And D'Lo, if you remember last season in week 2, the Lions did fall to these Tampa Bay Buccaneers after Jared Goff threw the ball 55 times. I don't feel like Jared Goff is going to throw the ball 55 times again today. And as we mentioned before, D'Lo, that is a recipe for failure if you're on the Detroit Lions, because that run game is so dominant with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery and that absolutely powerful offensive line, and using that run to go into play action so that instead of 55 times, Jared Goff throws it 25, 30 times, which is more efficient, more of a recipe for success. I do think the Lions, I'm with you. I think they're going to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in
It'll
Detroit
be a
at
shootout,
Ford
though.
Field. I think so.
Definitely be a shootout.
I think so too.
No way Baker lies down and just takes it. There's no way.
No, at 31-27, one of those games, 35-31. It's going to be a shootout, especially with the way that Baker Mayfield is playing right now. Tez Johnson, again, if he shows up the way he did last week, Cameron Johnson. So it'll be interesting to see who takes that game for sure.
If Brian Branch can stop fighting people.
Man. Actually, that's another thing. He's out. They suspended him.
Is he? Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Him. Yeah, they suspended him. They tried to appeal it and did not work out. One game suspension. So
it's huge.
We'll see.
That makes a difference. He's the leader of the defense.
100%. And I don't think that's going to be enough for him to. I don't think that's going to be enough for the Lions to lose, because they do have some weapons on that back end, but I do think it is a big loss, like you said. All right. I need to make my pick. Oh, man. This is where it gets rough. Do I want to go controversial? You know what? You went with the controversial pick. I'm going to go with the controversial pick. I'm going to pick the winner of Indianapolis and the Chargers. I am going to take Indianapolis on the road in SoFi. I don't think the Chargers are going to be able to stop that run game that Indianapolis has with Jonathan Taylor. And if they're not able to stop that run game, that opens up the playbook wide open like the Red Sea for Daniel Jones to be able to go out there and dice them up off of play action. So I'm going to go with Indianapolis taking that game over the Chargers in SoFi. DLO, it is now your turn.
Feel like I'm obligated as a fan. I'm gonna pick my game, the Sunday night game.
That's tough, man. That's a tough game.
I'm obligated. You know what I mean? We are at home. I want to preface this. We are at home. You know Levi Stadium. They get rowdy over there.
They get rocking, boy.
But man, we just have so many on the injury report. Just so many. Now, I do want to say that Niner injury report has not come out yet. So they are all still listed as unspecified. With that said, Ricky Pearsall did not practice this week. So I still expect the receivers to be out. George Kittle was limited this week, so there's a potential of him coming back this week, and that would be huge because we all know that George Kittle is the best tight end in football. Jamal can argue with a wall. And Brock Purdy was also limited all of this week. If he was limited all of this week, I don't see him playing this week. I think he comes back next week. I think they kind of ease him back into it. So I think Mac Jones starts again this week.
Yep.
With that said, we are just really good at home. I'm going to pick the Niners at home.
Man.
And I know the Falcons just beat the Bills. I'm calling it a fluke game. I am hoping and praying that Bijan Robinson does not have another 180-yard game. All right? I'm saying I don't think that he has another 180-yard game in Levi. It's not going to happen. I'm taking the Niners.
I'm going the other way.
Yeah. I was gonna say some profanity, and I had to stop myself.
Give me ATL. Give me Magic City. Give me the Falcons. Bijan Robinson is the best running back in the NFL, DLO.
Okay, we're taking it just a little too far.
He just is. There
We're
is
taking-
nobody in the league that can do what he does right now.
That's fine. But we're not
There's-
going to act like he's been playing better than Jonathan Taylor. We're not going to act like it.
At this very moment. If
one
you're
game.
telling me
One game.
Whoa. If you're telling me you can have if you can have Bijan Robinson and Jonathan Taylor without heartbeat and in every single day that ends in Y, I will take Bijan Robinson. No hesitation.
See, I hate you because I would too, but that doesn't mean that he's better. Damn it.
No, the way that he like DLO, there's nobody that can do what he does. And if the ball is put into his hands, I want to emphasize the if. DLO, I want to emphasize the if because for whatever reason, sometimes the Falcons refuse to put the ball in their best player's hands.
Mhm.
Put the ball in Seven's hands and good things will happen.
And that's why they also won last week. They put it in his hands. They put it in Drake London's hands.
And what they do?
And they won.
Win and beat the best team in the AFC. Like,
Mhm.
put the ball in your playmaker's hands.
Mhm.
Now, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do on another back-to-back primetime game week for these Falcons. They're going to go in there. Bijan Robinson's going to run the ball well. That offensive line is stout. I do really like that offensive line led by Jake Matthews and the rest of that crew. Give me ATL. I'm going to take the Falcons. So you obviously taking your 49ers, and I'm going against you. So now, luckily,
I don't like you. And I don't like you. And that's just how it is.
Luckily, that's not my pick, so I don't have to watch that game. Pooping bricks is what they say, or that's the other one.
Got it. Yep. I got it.
Man, this is tough. You know what? I am going to go with an easier one. Hopefully, give me Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs at home against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, easy game. We don't really need to talk about that.
No, not much there. Now, if KC goes at home and loses to Geno Smith, Pete Carroll and company, who have not looked very good this year so far, oh boy.
Hey, listen, after you talked up that defense last week, if they don't cause Geno to throw 3 interceptions like he does against every other team, that's not the Titans.
Watch. This is the game that Ashton Jency's going to run for 250 and Jacoby Myers is going to catch 10 balls for 150 yards and Geno's going to throw for 400. And look, this is the game that's going to happen, of course. But we'll see. And they're in Arrowhead.
Rasheed Rice is back.
Oh boy. Wait, what they say on Twitter? 1 + 4 is 5. Oh yeah. My homeboy got his weapons back. Watch what I tell you.
Mhm.
Watch what I tell you, David Largo.
Mhm.
All right, David. It is now your turn to pick the next game.
I'm also going to go with the semi-easy game after picking 2 of the worst games that I could possibly pick this week. And I'm going to take the, as I mentioned, Red Hot Bears over the Saints in Chicago.
Okay.
That Bears defense has been really good. And I just want to give props because we haven't talked to them enough on Spencer Rattler and the Saints. I don't think they've had a blowout game this year.
No.
To my knowledge, they've kept
No.
every game this year close. Now, they haven't won a lot of the games. Obviously, they won 1 game, but all of their games this year have been close. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this is a close game. I really wouldn't. Spencer Rattler has played really well this season compared to what I thought that he was going to look like what Geno looks like. That's what I thought we were getting out of Spencer Rattler. So shout out to the Saints, but they're in Chicago. They're on a roll right now. And I just can't pick against the Bears here. Give me Chicago.
I mean, DLO, it's not like the Saints have a bad roster. They have a pretty good roster all around. I mean, the only question coming into the season was quarterback, but I mean, it's not now. Spencer Rattler is not setting the world on fire, but he's playing a decent quarterback.
Yep.
And let's also not forget Do you remember who took Spencer Rattler's job at Oklahoma? Oh boy. David Largo, Caleb Williams, and Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler is looking for some revenge. Said, "You gonna take my job? I'm gonna beat you in the NFL." Nah, I wish I had a better comeback than that, but I'm not creative. So
Yeah, and you want to know what's going to happen? Not going to happen.
yeah,
He
No, I
will
hope
not
it
be.
happens.
He will not. You gonna pick New Orleans? You gonna?
No, I
You
see.
gonna do it?
But D'Lo, wouldn't it be just the most Bears thing in the world for the Bears
It-
to lose to the Saints at home?
And it would be the most Chicago thing in the world,
It would
but
be the most Chicago thing.
they are hot right now. They
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, Caleb Williams is looking like he's taking that year two jump.
Yep.
He's looking
So
like he's taking that year two jump.
not picking against them. The defense has been the Chicago defense that we expect out of them the past 3 weeks during their three win streak, right?
Yeah.
I'm taking Chicago.
You know what? I think I am going to follow up on another easy one. I am going to take Kevin's New England Patriots over the Tennessee Titans in Nashville. So give me the red hot Patriots over the lowly Tennessee Titans. Now, you know what? Let me just go ahead and hide that logo there. Because we lost to them. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the Patriots over the Tennessee Titans.
And before we move on, can we talk about Kevin posting Drake May for MVP propaganda on his story? Can we talk about that? What's that guy doing?
I thought I glazed Devin Booker. There's another level to glazing.
No, there's another level to it,
Yeah.
and it's Kevin when it comes to Drake May.
And Kevin, yeah, it's insane.
It's insane.
All right.
It's like, where do I go from here?
That's the tough part, man. Like
Because I'm trying to
Yeah.
listen. I'm not trying to be like the rude guy that gives Kyson just all of the hard games, right? I'm trying to leave him some gimmies. So, with that said, I'm gonna go another controversial game here. And this game really shouldn't be controversial, but it is. I'm gonna pick this Vikings Eagles game.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, this is in Minnesota, and the Vikings defense is no joke. And with how the Eagles have been struggling so far, I would not be surprised if the Vikings came out with a win. With that said, however, I'm going to take the Eagles. The Philly defense is still the Philly defense. They got Quinyon Mitchell over there. They still got Cooper DeJean, Reed Blankenship. They still have all of those guys. Zach Bond. They've got them all. And I think J.J. McCarthy struggles in this game. And for that reason alone, I'm going to pick the Eagles.
Actually,
but if someone else was at quarterback, JJ's out, huh?
Carson Wentz will be starting against his former team this week.
Ooh.
Yep.
Forgot about that. Yeah, I still think Carson Wentz struggles.
Yeah. I think so too.
That's the only reason I'm going to pick the Eagles is because of the defense. If they had a competent quarterback on the Vikings, though, that could get Justin Jefferson the ball, I would pick Minnesota here, just purely based off of how the Eagles' offense is struggling.
But Tilo, there's no way the Eagles lose 3 in a row, right?
There's
no
way
way they lose 3 in a row.
Especially in Minnesota. Like, if they were at home, I would say this is probably a surefire Eagles win. But I could see it. I really could.
Dude. Now, I'm not an Eagles fan.
I hate it.
But they could. There's no way they lose.
There's no way they lose 3 in a row.
Yeah.
This team on paper is way too good to lose 2 in a row.
Yeah. Especially one of which being to the New York Giants in
To the
blowout
New York
fashion.
Giants. Yep. And they did. So, anything can happen. But yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles.
You know what? I'll take a controversial game. I'll take a tougher game. Give me OHIO. Give me the Texans over the Seattle Seahawks on Monday Night Football. That defense, D'Lo, is starting to look a lot better. a lot more consistent because they came into the league as one of the better defenses in football. And at first they weren't exactly showing it, but now they're starting to get into a rhythm. Will Anderson is, of course, wreaking havoc. Derek Stingley Jr. is still one of the better corners in football. And the offense is also slowly starting to come along. I mean, CJ Stroud is slowly starting to pick it up again. He's not calling himself old and washed at 23 years old. Nick Chubb is starting to look like the Nick Chubb of old, which is terrifying for the AFC. Nico Collins looks like the number one guy he was last year. The offensive line is starting to get it together a little bit. I like them now. D-Lo.
I was going to say, this game is in Seattle.
Sam Darnold's due. Sam Darnold's due for a game.
JSN.
Yeah. Sam Darnold is due for a 3-interception game, and this is where it's going to be.
You think so? You think this is the game?
I believe so. Sam Darnold is due for a 3-interception game, and this is where it's going to be on prime time. And you remember, D-Lo, when Sam Darnold was in New York on Monday night, what did he say? I'm seeing ghosts. You remember that? I'm seeing ghosts. It's going to be the same thing. Monday night, prime time, all the lights are on him. And the Monday night games, you know how they're usually 2 games on top of each other? It's one game after another. So everybody's going to be watching that game when it's on. And that's when the pressure's the highest. That's when the pressure and the lights are shining the brightest. And that's usually when Sam Darnold shrinks up the most. Give me the Houston Texans over the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle on Monday Night Football.
Final game here.
Final game.
I'm between 2, right?
Right.
And I don't know which one I want to pick. Because both of these games could be seen as controversial games. I'll let you have that one. I'm going to take the Denver Broncos over the New York Giants.
Okay.
In Denver. Now, Bo Nix has taken a step back. I want to point that out. He has not looked like he did last year.
Agreed.
With that said, the defense is looking as great as ever.
Yeah.
The pickups that they had, especially, I miss him so much. My guy, Talanoa Hufanga over there. I miss him so much.
That's a football player, D-Lo.
Please come back to the Niners.
Absolutely not.
He and that defense have, and I also want to say that PS2 is not putting up the numbers like he did last year. And he's gotten beat in coverage a few times this year. Not, the be all end all of the world, because in my opinion, he's still the best cornerback in the world. But there have been a few. So he's kind of taken a step back from the depoy that he was last year, but that's to be expected. But the rest of the defense is way too good over there. And I think that this is the Jackson Dart welcome to the NFL moment, and he's going to get sacked a lot, and he is going to throw some interceptions, and Denver is going to win this game.
Yeah, I agree. They're going to have to get pressure on Jackson Dart. They can't allow him to build his confidence because he is still a rookie. He is still a rookie, and he only has so much experience. So you cannot let Jackson Dart get going, and more importantly, do not let 4-4 get going. Don't let Scat Pack get going, because you let him get going, then that opens up again Pandora's box for Jackson Dart. I mean, because you get the play action going, because now you're defending. Okay, you cannot let Scatterboo get off for his. So, but now while you're focusing on Scatterboo, there goes a play action. Jackson Dart running down the field, and he finds Wan'Dale Robinson going down the field. So yeah, that's a tough. I'm with you. I think Broncos are going to come out on top of that game. It might be a little bit closer than some people think,
especially after putting BTA to the Eagles.
Oh boy.
I know a lot of people are riding high on the Giants right now.
All right, you know what? I'll close it with another tough game. I'll close it out with another controversial game.
Your game, pick it.
See, but here's the thing, D-Lo. It's looking like Jacoby Brissett is going to play again. And as well as Jacoby played against the Colts, he is still a backup quarterback at the end of the day. And he, again, just like I said, Sam Darnold is due. I am terrified that Jacoby Brissett is also due, and it's been one game.
Yep.
I'm terrified.
Do it. Yeah, I know you want to. You want to root
so
for the
badly.
hometown. You want to root for the
want to
hometown
so
team so
badly.
bad.
And here's the tough part, D-Lo. I picked the Packers at work in our pick'em. I picked the Packers.
You're fake.
And then
You're so fake.
I picked the Colts last week, and it worked out.
You're so fake. You know that? You're so fake.
You know what? You convinced me. You convinced me. I was gonna pick the Rams in Jacksonville. I was gonna pick that game. You know what?
Do it.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Stand by.
Andy.
10 toes. You can't see my toes. Probably for the best. Give me my Arizona Cardinals against the Packers. Jacoby Brissett throws for 600 yards and 8 touchdowns. And the Cardinals pick off Jordan Love 7 times. Give me them.
Will Johnson has the best cornerback game of all time.
Will Johnson turns into prime Darrelle Revis. Now, my sister, Pammy, can you come help me off this chair? I'm scared, and I am a little worried that I'm going to hurt myself. Hold on. Let me be an athlete. Hold on. Huh? Pammy, hold on. Stand by. Pammy, can you want to, sorry. I've gotten myself into something I don't know if I can get out of. Thank you. Hold on. Okay, now, thank you, my wonderful, beautiful sister. Thank you.
This will be a clip. Clip this right here.
Yeah. Well, now if they don't win,
that's real awkward. It's real
Tyler,
awkward.
Jonathan Gannon, can I have a conversation with you? Can you step into my office if we don't win after I just did all that?
Pink slip.
Hey, where's it at? Where? D-Lo. Just pretend it's pink. Pretend it's pink.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Again, shout out to my wonderful sister. She
got purple. You got purple right here. You want? It's close.
Well, that kind of looks like pink on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See.
Step into my office.
Yeah, Jonathan, can you step into my office, please? Let's go ahead and do that for me. Anyways. That is going to close out.
Wait, but before it does, that leaves Kyson picking, and you will see his picks probably Sunday morning when all of these graphics go out, maybe Saturday night, depending on when Maul gets these out.
Great point.
But he will be picking the Rams and the Jaguars, the Panthers and the Jets, the Dolphins and the Browns, and the Commanders and the Cowboys division game.
Tough. I was not going to pick that game. I was not going to pick that game. After I picked the Steelers on Thursday night, you think I was going to pick another division game? Absolutely not.
And he's got one more. Where's his? Which ones did we not pick? On that one,
double check. It was Carolina and the Jets. Or did you mention that already? Carolina.
Yeah, I did. Okay, hold on. Rams, Jags, Pats, Jets, Dolphins, Browns, Commanders, Cowboys.
I picked an extra game. That's why I picked an extra game. I picked an extra game.
Suck. You picked Thursday.
I completely forgot.
All right, hold on. Jamal, forfeit one of your games. Which one you want it? Which one you want to forfeit? You can't pick the Cardinals now after you
no, I can't. Of course, the one I want to forfeit, I can't pick that just because of all that I just did.
I mean, you could give up a controversial game like Colts Chargers. You could always give up that game. I'm
you know
like,
what? No, that's
he's
a contra.
he's missing a game, but he's got to really.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Give me. Yeah, I'll give up Indy and Chargers. I'll give up the Indy and the Chargers.
Yeah, because really, I think he's got 2 gimmies here, and then he could
Yeah.
have 3 controversial games.
And that's kind of what we had. That's kind of what we had too. We got to keep
No,
it fair.
no way the Browns win this week, right?
Tilo. Okay. Honestly, if there was a week for them to win, it would be this week.
Is this week
Because you're going to
in
run the
Cleveland.
ball, and there are 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. Who's throwing a football in that?
Tua.
Okay. You think 3 picks was bad? You think 3 picks was bad against the Colts indoors?
CTE Tua.
Hey, if the helmet fits, you know what I mean, D'Lo? If the helmet fits, sometimes even if it fits, leave it off, Tua. Leave it off. Go sit on the bench.
So
Goodness
yes,
gracious.
those are the 5 games that Kyson will be picking, and you
Yes.
guys will see the graphic when that comes out.
100%. And I will once again win the week. So
We'll see.
now again,
We'll
I'm a
see.
little scared about that Cardinals and Packers game. I think I picked
Yeah.
the wrong way, but
But
we'll see.
it
Rocking with
made
Big
for,
Red.
it made for a great clip. It made for a great clip.
You're absolutely right. I'm rocking with Big Red, D'Lo. I'm rocking with Big Red. All right, David Largo. Do you know what starts next week? Are you aware
Yeah.
of what starts next week?
The main sport
Oh,
that we played.
Is
Mhm.
that the sport with the orange round ball and the orange rim that it goes through? Is that
Exactly
the sport
what
that you
it
are
is.
relating to? Oh,
Exactly
that
what it
mean-
is, brother.
the NBA season is upon us, David Largo. The NBA season, well, it's almost upon us, maybe I should say. There are 2 opening night games that we are going to talk a little about, and then we are going to make our season award picks is what we're going to do. So, but first, let's get to those games. October 21st, there will be 2 opening night games, and they should be some doozies, one of which being the Golden State Warriors taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. I believe that one is in LA, and it is. And the reigning, defending NBA champions will be hosting the Houston Rockets, led by triple OG, Kevin Durant, who will be playing his first regular season game as a Houston Rockets. Let's start with that game because that is the first game of the NBA season. Let's go ahead and start with that game. Oklahoma City, of course, will be having their ring night. They will be receiving their championship rings against KD and his former team, Kevin Durant's former team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, on Tuesday night to begin the NBA season. D'Lo, what are you looking for in this game from the Oklahoma City Thunder?
Hey man, this game is going to be tough because you have the Thunder on ring night where they're not going to want to lose, and you have KD on ring night who's going to want to win because it's his old team that he couldn't win a ring with, right? Just had to point that out. Couldn't win a ring with them. Listen, I'm not expecting a whole lot different from this Thunder team. I expect the same thing as what they did last year. They didn't add anything, and they also didn't lose anything. So they're going in pretty much the same.
Yeah.
You get SGA the ball, you let him do his magic.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we just lost D'Lo. Well, hi guys. I hope you enjoyed me almost falling off the chair and breaking my neck. While we wait for D'Lo to return. Oh, there he is. Hold on. Here we go. D'Lo has entered the chat once again.
Was that me?
I think that was you. I thought it was me, but I think that was you.
Oh, it was still like moving on my screen. Like I looked fine. I'm like, what happened? And then it just disconnected. So,
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, it disconnected again. Oh, David Largo is running off of McDonald's Wi-Fi. DLO is currently in the McDonald's parking lot doing the show off of McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Insane.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Are we back?
No way.
DLO, have you moved on from McDonald's?
No way. Right? Am I back?
I think you are back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, McDonald's.
What is going on?
He has now transferred over to Starbucks.
Shut up. Shut the. You're lucky we're not doing this pod in person. I would get up and slap. I would slap the hell out of you right now.
There's a reason why we do these virtually. You think I'm terrified? You think the things I say? You think people won't hit me? You think Tone doesn't want to beat me? You think you don't want to slap me all the time?
Oh, we know.
Yeah,
we know.
For my safety.
Hopefully it doesn't cut out again. We're hoping.
It's all right. It's okay. We've moved on to bigger and better Wi-Fi.
Anyways, back to the game. I don't even know where I left off because I don't even know where I cut out. So
you were saying Oklahoma City hasn't changed. They haven't. They came back pretty much with the same roster.
Yeah, I mean, so you didn't even hear my SGA foul baiting. You didn't even hear that.
No. Oh man. Oh, here we go. Okay, now we're getting to the juicy stuff.
Wow. So as I was saying, I think the game plan is still the same, and you let SGA do his magic, aka, as some people call it, foul baiting.
Oh, here we go.
And you get him to the free throw line like he's very good at. But I think the key for them is getting Chet going. I think he needs to take another jump for them to turn this into a dynasty as they are wanting to do instead of just a one ring season. I think Chet is the key to that, and he has to get better. I think the main part of that is he has to get bigger. He is still skinny as ever. And he's been putting on muscle, but he needs to get more of it, and he needs to develop a post game. And I think that's what will take them to the next level. So if they can somehow get him more involved in the offense instead of it just being the 1-2 with Shea and Jalen, and they can sort of turn it into a 3-headed monster, I think that they have the potential to win a lot in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, DLO. If Chet was able to do what Wemby has been able to do, I mean, have you seen the way that Victor Wembanyama has played so far this year?
And he has already a really good connection to their number 2 overall pick.
Him and Dylan Harper. I mean, imagine getting the number 1 overall pick and getting to choose Victor Wembanyama. Then the following year, getting the number 2 overall pick and getting to select Dylan Harper.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that Wemby's looking right now, DLO, and we're going to talk about some of these awards that we're going to be predicting throughout the NBA season here in a few minutes. DLO, Victor Wembanyama is going to be a top 5 player by the end of the season.
He probably would have been a top 5 player last season by the end of the season if he didn't get hurt.
Man, but I'm worried that's going to be a big if, DLO. Now, maybe it might not be as big as of an if now that he's put on weight, he's put on muscle. Now he's got a little bit of a callus. But if this guy stay healthy, he's going to be a massive problem, literally.
And the big thing is that if it hopefully will not be another blood clot like it was last year.
Freak accident.
Those don't happen very often. So I don't expect him to get another one.
No.
So I think he'll be fine.
DLO, when I look at the Rockets, they definitely improved, right? They got rid of their top scorer last year, who was Jalen Green. Obviously, he's a Phoenix Sun. And then you bring in just the greatest scorer of all time in Kevin Durant. So maybe just a slight upgrade. You know what I mean? But Kevin Durant comes into this team, a team that's already surrounded by defense. You have Amen Thompson. You have Alperen Sengun, who's not the greatest defender, but he's a big defender. He's strong. He's built. Jabari Smith, who's also not a great defender, but he can become a great defender. And I don't know if I already mentioned him. Amen Thompson, obviously, who, again, we're going to talk about here in a few minutes, is one of the best in basketball. And you put KD around these guys. Now, the thing that worries me a little bit, D-Lo, the thing that worries me a little bit is stretching the floor. I don't know how well the Rockets are going to be able to stretch the floor with the shooting that they do have, or the lack of shooting that they have. But they have 2 really good bigs, obvious, and 3 even. They went out and got Clint Capella. You re-signed Steven Adams. Obviously, you have Sengun. Jabari Smith should be taking that next step, especially playing and learning alongside Kevin Durant. Amen Thompson is going to take that next step. What you don't hear a lot of in that roster is 3-point shooting. And so when Kevin Durant's getting doubled and when Sengun is getting doubled, who are these guys going to throw the ball to knock down an open 3? Last year, it was Dylan Brooks. And let's not pretend, Dylan Brooks was a 42% 3-point shooter last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was a very good shooter. Obviously, you had Fred VanVleet, who unfortunately suffered the ACL injury. So you're not going to have him all year this year. That's what's worrying me a little bit about this team, D-Lo. They do not have much 3-point shooting. And if they're not able to continue to shoot, that's where I'm going to get, okay. And it's 2025, D-Lo. You have to be able to spread the floor. You have to be able to spread the floor. But if you're not able to spread the floor that they should be, I mean, Tari Eason can shoot the ball a little bit. DFS can shoot the ball. Dorian Finney-Smith, you went out and got Josh Okogie, who's not a great shooter. I mean, Reed Shepard is going to have to step up. Jayshawn Tate is not a very good shooter. That's the thing that this team lacks, is consistent 3-point shooting. But the thing that they absolutely do not lack in is defending the basketball. That's where they're going to thrive. And you go out and you get a number 1 scorer in Kevin Durant, a closer in Kevin Durant. All the meanwhile, you already have Sengun, who's this up-and-coming big man, one of the best in basketball. So if there's one flaw that this Houston Rockets team has, it's 3-point shooting. They're going to have to, and again, it might show its ugly rear end, but maybe they make some moves at the deadline if it's that bad. But they're going to be one of the best defensive teams in basketball, though. That's where they're going to thrive, and they're definitely going to need it against this OKC team. Again, SGA is only getting better. He's in the prime of his career. Chet Holmgren, like you mentioned, should be getting better. J-Dub should be getting better. A lot of these guys, you still have Caruso, you still have Isaiah Joe, you still have Casey Wallace, you still have all these guys. That's the thing about this OKC team, David. Is that they're all together. They're young. They're all only getting better after coming off a championship.
Mm-hmm.
And so, listen, I'm so excited for this game on Tuesday night, on opening night, on ring night there for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's pick them. Who wins? Rockets or OKC?
I think that the Rockets might be a conglomerate, and it might be tricky to figure out where KD fits to start. And along with the shooting woes that you mentioned, I was going to bring it up if you didn't. I can't pick against the Thunder, especially on ring night. I'm taking that Thunder, especially at home.
Yeah, I'm with you. That crowd is going to be rocking. They're going to be excited for their championship rings. They were one of the best, if not the best crowd in the NBA playoffs last season, and I don't think that's going to change, especially on the night that they receive their rings. I have the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I also have SGA going for 40. So that's just,
Against his defensive prowess that you were just.
Okay, listen, I don't care who's out there.
Listen,
SGA is a bad mofo, dog.
And I understand, but if there is one guy that you would potentially want to limit him as much as possible, he's on the other team.
He is. He is, absolutely. Now,
a man is a freak of nature, and as long as he does not fight anybody.
What's up with the fights in the preseason, bro? What are we doing?
He swung twice at Jose Alvarado. He swung at him twice.
That's Jose Alvarado. What? You're swinging at Jose Alvarado?
I think a man just wants to prove that he's the biggest and the baddest. I think that's what it is.
It's hard to argue right now. Okay, maybe the biggest and the baddest of the young people in the league. Because, listen, AE's a bad dude. Braun is still a bad dude. KD, his teammate, is still a bad dude. But yeah, I don't know, man. Fighting in the preseason is kind of befuddling
Kind
to
of
me.
insane. It's
Yeah,
the preseason. None of these games
dog,
matter.
what are we doing? What are we doing, D'Lo? Oh my gosh. Yeah, give me OKC and SGA 40.
But I will
Uh,
say, I think the biggest thing for the Rockets' success is the jump of that guy.
Yeah, has to
If
be.
if Amen Thompson can develop a jumper in any capacity at all, this team is going to do really well.
He's gonna have to, D'Lo, because there's only so much shooting on this team, and because of the defender he is, he's going to start and he's going to play 34, 35 minutes a night.
And I know we all talk about the defense, but he is also one of the best finishers around the rim.
Yep, he's so explosive.
He's so explosive,
Yeah.
so athletic. If he can develop even a midi, if he could just develop a midi,
Yeah,
and be, like 32, 33 from three, I would be happy with that if I'm Houston.
yeah, he has to. He has to, because again,
I'd be
Kevin
happy.
Durant is going to get doubled, and Şengün is going to get doubled. So who's going to hit those shots? I mean, is Jabari Smith going to hit those shots on a consistent basis? So somebody's going to have to hit those shots, and if it's not Amen Thompson, who's it going to be? So that's the biggest flaw with the Rockets, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's get to the second of the doubleheader that night. The Los Angeles Lakers will be hosting Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. The Lakers will be without the second greatest player of all time, LeBron James, as D'Lo goes ahead and takes his little Stephen Curry nap. You dream about him?
No, that was me
No.
symbolizing that this game is going to be a snooze fest.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, you know what? I'll kick it to you then. What about this game will be a snooze fest?
I am in full anticipation that the Lakers at home are going to get blown out opening night. Now, listen, I know they have Luka. I get it. Understand.
He's a top 5 player in this league, D'Lo.
Other than that, where do you go? Where do you go?
Yeah.
With no Braun? Listen, and the thing with me is that everyone is going to say, oh, they still got Austin Reeves. But after he popped some bricks, I can't say the thing that I want to say. In the playoffs last year, I don't trust him to do anything. I really don't. He was so bad.
He was really bad.
In the one part that he's supposed to be really good in offense, because he doesn't play a lick of defense. We talk about Luka. AR is right there with it. That guy does. He may hustle, but he does not play no defense.
No.
Okay. And so there's not any other scoring on the floor. It's nowhere to be seen. So unless Luka is dropping 60, Steph is out there, Jimmy is out there. They brought a bunch of guys back. They surrounded them with shooters. I think this game is a blowout, even if it's in Los Angeles. Now, we know that LA crowd gets rowdy. But I don't see them. I see no way for the Lakers to win on Tuesday. I don't see a way for them to win at all.
See, I agree with that point because of the lack of depth the Lakers have. With Luka Doncic, though, D'Lo, I don't know if it's going to be a blowout. I don't think they're going to win. But I don't think, Luka is going to show up and show out. If this new redefined, built, skinny, in shape Luka Doncic shows up and he looks like Luka Doncic, I don't see how this game is a blowout. He might keep them in this game by himself. That's how good he is.
If this game isn't a 20-point win for the Warriors, I would be utterly shocked.
That's tough, man. Again, I don't think they're going to win because of the lack of depth, like you mentioned. And, well, DeAndre Ayton, first of all, any team that has DeAndre Ayton is just destined to lose. Let's just put that out there. Okay, I just want to put that out there for everyone to see. But now again, double digits maybe. I don't know if he can get me with 20. I don't know if he can get me with 20.
You have to think, right? The Warriors, I think one of their main struggles last season, which is crazy coming from Golden State, was shooting.
Yeah.
When you have Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler, who are not 3-point, you don't think of them as 3-point shooters. Jimmy can shoot it a little bit. We're not going to just sit here and act like he can't, but that's not his game, right? So when you have both of them on the floor and Steph Curry is being, face guarded all the way down the floor, you have to surround them with shooters. And they just didn't have that. Jonathan Kuminga is not shooting the ball, right?
No.
So you go out and you get Al Horford who can shoot. You go out and sign Seth Curry who can shoot. Hopefully Pods is in there working on his game. You still have Buddy Hield. Quentin Post kind of shocked everybody last year because I don't
Moses
think
Moody.
anybody know who Quentin Post was
No.
prior to last year.
Mm-mm.
And you have Moses Moody. So they have just a bunch of guys around them that can shoot the ball. And I think that is going to open up the Warriors offense for Jimmy and Draymond to play make, which is their main facility game. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point, Deal. They did get a lot, and D'Anthony Melton should also be coming back off of a torn ACL, I believe it is.
Yep.
So hopefully he's back because I love D'Anthony Melton ever since he was in Phoenix. He just plays very, very hard, and he has a better game than a lot of people think.
Heat legend.
Suns legend. Shut up.
But the other thing is that Jonathan Kuminga did not get a contract, so I expect Jonathan Kuminga to actually show up and try this year.
Yeah.
And I expect him to play well if he wants the money that he thinks that he deserves. So if he shows up like we expect him to, this team is only going to get that much better.
Yeah. This team is a lot deeper than I realized, D'Lo. This team is a lot deeper than I realized. Now, I do think Golden State will win this game. I think they'll win it by double digits. I don't know if I can get in that 20 boat though.
Because they also still have Gary Payton too,
who's a very good defender and obviously ridiculously athletic. So yeah, I'll take the Warriors on the road in LA. Obviously, the Lakers with no Bron. But which takes us to the last segment of this show and something we do every season before the NBA season starts. We are going to predict the awards, the season awards. That is MVP, Sixth Man of the Year, Coach of the Year, Most Improved Player, and Rookie of the Year. And what did I not mention?
Depoy, right?
Depoy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. MVP, Depoy, Sixth Man of the Year, Coach of the Year, Most Improved, and Rookie of the Year. Now, let's start with the easy one. D'Lo. Who will win Rookie of the Year?
We say the easy one, but I don't think that this is that easy.
Really?
I really don't. Simply just based off of the fact that we should all be thinking Cooper Flag is going to be the unanimous Rookie of the Year. With how Dylan Harper has looked next to Wemby so far, I think he could sneak in there. I really do.
See, I really thought about that. I just don't know how much of an opportunity he's going to get. And compared to Cooper Flag, because you already have De'Aaron Fox. But compared to Cooper Flag, who's apparently running the point guard.
Last year's Rookie of the Year. We can't forget him either.
Yeah, Stephon Castle. Like that point guard position, that guard position in San Antonio is packed.
Yeah.
Packed.
That's probably one of the key things. I'm still going to pick Cooper Flag, but I think that there are three guys who could be really close because obviously I mentioned Dylan Harper, but VJ Edgecombe and out there in Philly, all it takes is for one of those guys to get hurt and he has an opportunity and he can make the most of it. And he was really good in preseason. or in summer league. Sorry, I haven't watched any of preseason. I don't even know if he's played preseason, but the other guy who has played preseason and has also looked really good is Ace Bailey. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
watched the Jazz at all, but he has looked
He looks really good.
really, really good.
He looks
And
really good.
he could sneak in there too. So
Yeah.
I think that this is a lot closer than you think, but I'm still going to take Cooper Flag. I think that he just will have more opportunity than the rest of the guys.
I agree. So I'm going to go with Cooper Flag as well. But the guy that I think is going to make it the most competitive, and you brought him up, is VJ Edgecombe. I think with the opportunity that I believe he will get based on the previous health that we've seen from the previous lack of health that we've seen from the Philadelphia 76ers recently, with Tyrese Maxey in and out of the lineup with that, nagging hamstring, Paul George with his entire body on the injury report, Joel Embiid with the knee made of styrofoam. He's going to get an opportunity to play and have an impact, and he is just so dynamic. D'Lo, he can do everything. He can handle the basketball. He's athletic. He can shoot the ball. He can facilitate. So again, I'm picking Cooper Flag because of the opportunity he's going to have, again, especially playing alongside Anthony Davis and some of these other guys, Klay Thompson, and him playing the point guard. So that means he's going to have the ball in his hands. He's going to have a massive opportunity, which is why I believe he's going to win the Rookie of the Year. But you know what? You have a great point. He is going to have a lot of opportunity. All right, let's go to Most Improved.
And call me biased. Call me biased. I do not care. My pick is Khalil Ware.
You know what's funny? But sorry, before you take off on that, I was this close to picking Khalil Ware.
Did you see what he did to Wemby in the preseason?
Khalil Ware is a problem. That's why in the
Dog
offseason, D-Lo, that's why in the offseason, I said KD does not go to Miami unless we get Khalil Ware back.
Yeah, and I said, no, you can shove it. And that's what I said. If you watch Miami, he's the truth. He is.
Yeah, he is.
And if he's not starting this year and we're not moving Bam to the 4, I don't care if he's the best head coach in the NBA, or wherever you put him, fire Eric Spoelstra. Yeah, pink slip.
Pink slip.
If he is not starting, fire Eric Spoelstra right now. Fire Pat Riley, fire the entire front office. He is so good. And the thing is that you can tell he worked on the 3 ball. He was shooting the hell out of the ball. Mm-hmm. Defensively, we already know what he does. He's a tower in there. And he's so athletic. He's a lob threat. He can pick and pop. He's so good. He's so good. And we did steal of the draft. We got him so late.
Dude,
in the draft.
He was like, what, 22? Like early. He was in the 20s somewhere.
He was so late.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so good. I'm glazing him now, but I'm telling you, he's the truth.
He's really
Go
good.
watch
He's
Miami
really good.
games. Go watch him.
He was honestly the guy I was going to pick.
You could still pick him. You can agree.
Absolutely not. Do you think I'll ever agree with you? You think I'll ever pick a Miami Heat guy for anything? Anything? I'm just kidding. I going with now. This may be stretching it a little bit, but I still think, given the opportunity and what I think he's going to do this year, and you guys know how high I am on this gentleman, I do think he can win the Most Improved Player, especially with the opportunity he's going to have. My most improved player of the 2025-2026 season is Andrew Nembhard. Andrew Nembhard of the Indiana Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton obviously is going to be out for the entire season with his torn Achilles, which means it is now the Andrew Nembhard and the Pascal Siakam show. And we've seen what Andrew Nembhard can do, especially in the big moments. You saw what he did in the finals by hitting that big 3 over SGA in the finals to tie that game up. We've seen him perform in the playoffs. The only thing, the next step is for him to perform in the regular season. Yep. He averages like 10 points in the regular season, D'Lo. Now, maybe that's because Tyrese Halliburton is playing and he doesn't have the ball as much. That's not going to be an excuse this year. And I think he's going to take full advantage, full opportunity of that and take off. I think he averages north of 20 points this year, D'Lo. I think he averages north of 20 points this year. I think
You
he's
think
going
they
to.
start him at the 1?
They better. He's the best ball handler.
TJ.
I just don't know. He's such. TJ is such a liability defensively. Like he's feisty, but he's small. D'Lo. He's such a liability defensively. I don't know how you can start him and the other opposing team not go after him every single time down the floor. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing that kind of straddles me in terms of starting TJ McConnell. But Andrew Nembhard is going to be the second option on that team. Obviously, you have Siakam still, but he's going to be the second option on that team. I don't see any reason why Andrew Nembhard does not average north of 20 points this season. Point blank, period. So that is my most improved player this year. Let's move on to Coach of the Year, David Largo. Who is your 2025-2026 Coach of the Year?
I think I'm going to lean Ime here. I think that Houston is going to again be in that upper echelon in the West. And I think that they could fully compete with the Thunder for the number 1 seed. And if they keep it as close as I think they're going to, I think it's hard to not give it to Ime. And there were a lot saying that he should have won it last year.
Yeah, he had a strong case. He had a very strong case.
Considering that they were the 2nd seed in the West and they don't really have a superstar. Like in terms of the superstar that we think of, right? The Kevin Durant's, the Lukas, the Giannis, they don't have a guy like that. Now they do. They do.
Yeah.
So I think even if they improve on their record from last year, which is going to be really hard for them to do because they were really good last year, I think he takes it.
I think
Mainly
that's
just because I don't think that there's a coach in the East who's going to take it. I think the East is really weak this year. With JT out, with Halliburton out, obviously the Knicks are still there and they're healthy. The Magic got better, but I think when you're talking about them compared to these teams out West that are just miles and miles ahead record-wise, it's hard to not think that Coach of the Year will not be from the West.
That's a good pick. That's a very good pick, especially if the Rockets do what they're supposed to do this year and be a top 3 seed again, like they were last year. I am going to go on the other side of the conference. I'm going to take Jamal Mosley. Jamal Mosley, the head coach of the Orlando Magic. D'Lo, I think this could be easily. I think they could easily be the number 1 seed in the East. I think they could absolutely be the number 1 seed in the East. You go out and you get Desmond Bane to pair with Paolo Banchero, and to build that trio of Paolo Banchero, Desmond Bane, and Franz Wagner, and you already have depth on that team. You have Goga Batadze, who played really, really good basketball last season. You go out and get Tyus Jones, a facilitator who's going to get the ball to Paolo and Desmond Bane and Franz Wagner, so that Franz Wagner isn't doing that again this year. You still have Jalen Suggs coming back. This team got deeper. This team got better. I can absolutely see them being a top 3 seed in the East. More importantly, I can see them being top 1 seed in the East.
And speaking of that, if they are not in the top 3 in terms of seeding, would we consider them kind of lackluster if they don't?
Yes.
There's no Celtics, who, as I mentioned, they're not here.
They're not going to be a top 3 seed. They're not. The Pacers aren't going to be up there.
The Pacers are not going to be up there either. So really, they're competing with Cleveland and New York.
That's it. I mean, maybe Milwaukee because they have Giannis, but I mean
Giannis. I mean, but
Giannis,
the team around him is so bad.
I mean, you saw him in the
bad.
preseason. Him and Miles Turner going back and forth on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a back and forth. Maybe it was just a teaching moment. But like, I don't know where the support for Giannis is going to come from.
I don't know either. Don't know.
So that's who I'm going with though. Jamal Mosley, the head coach of the Orlando Magic, is my coach of the year. I'm predicting will win it this season. All right. Sixth man of the year. DLO, who will win sixth man of the year in 2025, 2026?
This is rough. Especially just because we don't really know what's going to happen, right?
Mhm.
There are a lot of things that could change who wins this award.
Yeah.
Um, and it's also going to be hard because there are certain guys on the bench who one injury or away are now starting and now they're no longer in contention.
Yep.
Um, I think the safest pick is probably Nas Reed
Yeah.
out in Minnesota. I feel like that's the safest pick just because Rudy Gobert is out there and he has
So
always been he's really bad, but he's always been healthy. And
yeah.
I mean, you paid all of that capital to get him. You're not going to put him on the bench. So another guy that the first guy that came to my mind and I wanted to pick, I think I will pick, but just based off of how those Cleveland guards are out there, I think Lonzo Ball has a
That's a good one.
very good chance. I don't know if you've watched any Cavaliers preseason, but he looks really good.
Yeah.
And especially defensively, which that is the pickup that you want, your Cleveland. And the thing is that Darius Garland has some health issues. He's always been in and out. Donovan Mitchell here or there gets an ankle. So that's why it's kind of leaning away from me because it could be a possibility where he starts, a good chunk of games and is now ineligible for this award. But that is going to be my pick. I'm going to pick Lonzo Ball.
That's a good one. That's one I probably should have considered a little bit more in making this decision, but I'm going way out of the box for this. Okay. When I say the name, it's probably not way out of the box, but for the situation that he's in, it's way out of the box. My selection for sixth man of the year is number 18. Number 18 for the Sacramento Kings, Russell Westbrook. I think Russell Westbrook, here's the thing with Russ. When adversity hits is when he's at his best. KD gets traded from the Thunder, he goes and wins MVP. He gets traded from the Lakers after saying, "Oh, the Lakers suck because of you." He goes and averages a triple-double in Washington and carries that team to the playoffs. Like whenever adversity hits, and this year he didn't get signed until literally in the middle of training camp because people think, he's going into year 18, he's old, he can't help a team anymore. Now is okay. You know what? You don't think I can help this team win? Watch this. So I think Russell Westbrook is going to come off the bench, and I think Russell Westbrook is going to have a major impact on this Sacramento Kings team. I don't think they're going to be great, but I think he's going to have a very big impact on the Kings. So I'm excited to see him play with DeMar DeRozan and Malik Monk and Sabonis and all these other guys. So that's going to be very, very intriguing to see. And for him to play with another big, sort of like Nikola Jokic in Domantas Sabonis, who worked out very, very well, I believe, last year, I think it'll be interesting to see. All right, two more, D-Lo. Who wins Defensive Player of the Year in this season? 2025, 2026, Defensive Player of the Year will be.
This should not be a shock. And if you don't pick him, it's kind of blasphemy. This is going to be Wemby, and he's going to run away with this award. And I don't know if he ever gives it back. As long as he's healthy, he will never give this award back to any other player for the bulk of his career. Dude, he's insane. And he should have won it last year. And then he got hurt, and that's when we were all scrambling like, oh my gosh, who's going to win this award now?
Yep.
And
Evan Mobley snuck away with it.
Mobley. It should have been Dyson, and it should have been
I
Dyson.
agree.
And I'll stand on that hill until I die. Sorry, Kevin.
I have a chair for you to stand on if you want to. I don't know. I don't know if you want to borrow this one.
Don't think I do. No, I got
No?
mine. I
Okay.
got my own chair. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right. Just checking.
But Wemby was leading the league in blocks, almost double the amount of the person in second before he went out.
Yeah.
It, he was insane last year, and I expect him to continue. He's only going to get better. He's healthy now. The team around him is just going to be so much better, especially now that they're healthy. Fox is healthy coming into this year, and that 1-2 punch is going to be.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, I think this is Wemby's award to lose. And the only way he loses it is if he's not healthy.
Going in a different direction.
You're such a you can't be serious.
Okay. Let me classify this. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
The correct answer is Victor Wembanyama.
Okay, cool.
But
now you can go in your different direction.
But I'm different though. Okay. You know what I mean? When people look at me, they said that guy stands out. You know why he stands out? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe you know what? That's up for other people to vote.
Yeah.
I'm going in a different direction, DLO. Do you know who's going to win Defensive Player of the Year this year? Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson of the Houston Rockets. And the biggest reason why I say that is because he stayed relatively healthy last year. He had an ankle for a little bit, but after that he stayed relatively healthy. And you saw what he did against the best players in the world. You saw how they lost the series, but he did not make it easy for Steph. The guys that he defended, he made it extremely tough for. He is ridiculously athletic. He moves his feet at an elite level on the defensive end of the floor. Amen Thompson is a superior defender. And I think now that people have noticed, okay, that guy can play defense. That guy knows how to lock people down. And I think he's going to do it throughout the entire season and show people why he's an elite defender and one of the best in basketball. And I think once people notice that, I think is when Amen Thompson is going to be named Defensive Player of the Year. As you can see, as I can see, DLO, it looks like you agree with me. I think you're changing your mind on your Wemby pick.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I tried. All right.
No.
That
But if there was any name that you were going to throw out there, if it wasn't his name, I was going to slap you. So, I mean, I'll accept it. You know what I mean?
Again, you know what? I don't know if I ever I think virtually forever now, I think is kind of what I want to stick to. I'm a little worried about my mouth. My mouth is causing problems that, you know what? Let me rephrase that.
Yeah. You probably, yeah.
You know what? Anyways, okay. Let's see. Finally, the big one. David Largo, who is going to win the most valuable player award in the NBA in 2025 and 2026.
Now listen, I am between two players. And I don't really know which one I want to go with because I could see both of them getting this award. However, I'm going to go with the guy who's going to have to drag more to get where he wants. I'm going to say the MVP this year is Giannis.
Oh, that's a good one.
And listen, simply for the fact that the team around him is astronomically bad, and he will still find a way to make them a top 5 seed. It's going to happen. It happened last year. They were again a top 5 seed after they started atrociously, and Tone last year wrote them out. And I told them, I'm like, guys, it's not going to end this way. They're still going to end up being really good, and they're going to be a top 5 seed. And then they were a top 5 seed. If he does it again, and I think if he has them in the top 3, I think I would lock it for him. If he has it in the top 5, I think he shares it with Jokic, and they can battle it out. Those are my two. I think it's Jokic or Giannis.
Once again, I'm going in a different direction. I am
Hate you
going
so
with.
much.
I am going now. Okay, I am going in the European direction.
Okay.
I am going with a gentleman we talked about a few minutes ago. Luka Doncic will win the MVP in 2025 and 2026. When you talk about dragging teams, that Lakers team outside of LeBron is awful. You can tell me all you want to about Austin Reeves, and you can tell me about Rui Hachimura and whoever else, DeAndre Ayton. You could tell me all about those guys. I'll sit there and I'll listen, and you know what? I'll respond and I'll add to the point, and then I'll be thinking in my head, "You idiot! What are you talking? This team is not good. The Lakers are not good.
No, no, no.
They're not a good basketball team, but they have a top 5 player in the world in Luka Doncic. He is fantastic. There's nothing he can't do aside from a little bit of defense every once in a while. But when you talk about dragging this team, and D'Lo, when we were talking about their opening night game against the Warriors, that game will be competitive because of Luka Doncic.
You think that game will be competitive because of Luka Doncic?
Oh, it will be. Watch what I tell you. On opening night, Luka Doncic will be looking to make a statement.
Yeah, you think that. I think that they're going to get blown out, but Luka will still have a good game.
Luka will be really good, and I think himself is going to keep that game competitive, and that is what he's going to do the entire season. Except that team is going to probably be a top 5 seed. LeBron will be in and out of the lineup the entire year because he is 72 years old. That's just the case.
Mm-hmm.
But when LeBron is out, that is Luka's team. When LeBron is in, that is Luka's team. That team runs through Luka Doncic. And because of that, and because of the bright lights that comes with playing for the Los Angeles Lakers, Luka Doncic will go and win the MVP this year, and he will put up ridiculous numbers. I 100% believe that they're going to win some games. Now, they're not going to be championship contenders. Let's be honest. They're not going to be championship contenders.
Not in the West that it is. No.
No. We'll leave those up to the Thunder and the Rockets, and the Warriors, I do believe, are going to be really good. But he individually... the Nuggets, and possibly the Clippers, the Unction. Let's not sleep on them as long as they're healthy. But they're not going to be championship contenders, but they're going to be a very good basketball team, mainly because of 7 squared and Luka Doncic. So that's who I have winning MVP, David Largo. So to go over our season awards picks one more time, let's see. Most improved player, I have Andrew Nembhard winning that award. D'Lo has Kel'el Ware of the Miami Heat. Coach of the year, D'Lo has Ime Udoka of the Houston Rockets. I have Jamal Mosley. You know what? His name is also Jamal, so that might be, I didn't even think about
biased.
That. Might be a little biased.
Here you go.
Yeah, might be a little biased. Spelled differently, but it might be a little biased. Sixth man of the year, D'Lo had Lonzo Ball of the Cleveland Cavaliers. I have Russell Westbrook, the recently signee of the Sacramento Kings. Defensive player, D'Lo has Victor Wembanyama, a.k.a. Wemby. I chose Amen Thompson to win the Defensive Player of the Year. And for MVP, D'Lo chose the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I chose the top 5 player in the NBA and the best player on the Los Angeles Lakers, Luka Doncic.
We're not going to say Giannis is a top 5 player. You're not going to say top 5 player for the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, or
Greek Freak is already like cool of a what nickname? Oh, Luka Magic, I guess.
Yeah, Luka Magic.
Greek Freak. I mean, how many better nicknames are there in the league than Greek Freak?
None. I don't. The
only one I could possibly think of is Slim Reaper for KD, but KD's not a top 5 player in the league.
No, Greek Freak is just
that's undefeated. It's undefeated. D'Lo, it's a great show, brother. Great show.
Yeah, man.
We will be back. Uh-huh.
Hey, we still have to pick fantasy. Kyson is not set up his draft.
That draft is not set up yet. Maybe, depending on how many of us are in there, maybe we'll make like a wager on it. And coming soon, not on GSM, but on either the Wave or a new show that will be coming out here shortly. So keep an eye out on that. Keep an eye out on that. But not on this show, one of our shows that we don't talk about sports. There will be lots and lots of funny moments on there. I'll give you, I will be eating the hot chip on one of those shows. I will also be getting. I will because again, listen. I got my sister here. Okay, you guys saw her. You know, she's been helping me all my life, and you know that was just a little example. And
She
I
needs
may
to
be
help
older.
you buy this chip.
She'll be doing that, and she will also. We've been talking about it. We're going to get the birthing simulator to put me on.
Oh,
And my wonderful sister will be making an appearance sometime soon to control said birthing simulator. So again,
good luck.
You'll be there. What are you talking about?
No, I don't think that
You'll be there.
I'm not getting hooked up on that. I'm not. I won't be in attendance
okay.
for that episode.
That's all right. I'll take it. And unfortunately, she's gonna be in control of it. So, and my beautiful niece is her daughter. So she's going to look to put me through all the pain that she went through to have my niece.
Oh, I bet.
So.
Yep.
Excuse me. But on that note, be on the lookout for that stuff. On that note, we are going to close out this episode. David Largo, as always, appreciate you, brother. The best co-host in the world. Best co-host in the world. There's nobody better.
Yeah,
second to none.
Suck it, Tone.
Well, you know, Tone. We ain't got no kids. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no kids. We ain't got. We're just
nah. Hey, listen. Shout out to co-host Tone for real.
Co-host Tone, man.
He's got a lot going on in life right now, but he will be back soon. I promise.
Very soon. Triple
but
OG
until
will
then,
be back.
Suck it, Tone. You know.
Tone, my dog. Hey, man, he'll be back very soon. DLO,
Yes.
as always, you're amazing, brother. I love you, man. We will be back Tuesday night to react to not only week 6 or week 7 of the NFL season, but as well as opening night of the NBA season, reacting to those two games once the end of Warriors and Lakers concludes. We'll be back Tuesday night to react to that stuff. Until then, for David Largo, aka co-host DLO, and for yours truly, Jamal Gumball Gumo, we'll be back. Don't you ever forget, you matter. I love you. If nobody else is going to tell you, you are amazing. Don't let anybody tell you that you are not beautiful. Once again, you have value. And because of that, you woke up this morning and you have purpose. All you got to do is go look for it. And as always, it is nice to be important, but it is much, much more important to be nice. We will be back Tuesday night to react to opening night of the NBA season and week 7 of the NFL season. I hope you all have a fantastic, safe weekend. We will see you on Tuesday.
Like, comment, subscribe.